There's many things that put you at risk when your own government, like the province of BC, its Ministry of Poverty Creation, breaks its own policies and steals from the poor to enhance the employed themselves and others, like businesses, insurance companies, and service providers that do a poor job, and they don't care if you report it. They'll keep funneling money to them. It's like a biker gang without motorcycles. Is that sometimes you have to go live in places where you're more at risk. From people populations, it could be, let's say, more, unstable in their mental health. But also, right now, I took a picture of some tracks that I think look like cougar, and a lady that I talked to before when she was going the other way and I was going the other way, she said one was seen a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, in that area. And where I was before, and I had access to a bathroom and showers, although I was mostly cleaning them myself for way too crazy a cost for that campground. The service it provided and its location really didn't the price was not right, let's just say. Bob Barker. It was still allowing me to not get my irritable bowel syndrome get worse, but now it got worse. And it's even worse to try to access services you can afford and the fuel to actually get to your appointments through this Ministry of Poverty Creation. And people that have jobs in medical field, they know, but nobody advocates, and things keep getting worse. And that's what Nazis took advantage of in Germany, right? Nobody did anything and things got worse. Nazism, as defined by people taking advantage of others when they can get away with it, let's say you define it like this, it's in every culture. It doesn't have to have anything to do with, races that we don't really have in our species. And again, when I mention this, none of the sides of the debate of racism, whatever you might consider the sides to be, want to partake in a conversation about there's no such thing as different races, because it gives up their entire programming in their head that they like to debate on. They're too intellectually lazy to know their conversations are obsolete. Anyways, some good news is the conversation with this lady, as I was on my way to drop off stuff at the library, is it flowed so nicely. It was so fun, and we started talking, both of us, as the other was finishing, and we were both good listeners, and it was such a pleasant conversation as I was petting her dog, and me recommending things that she talked about to lose, her and her dog losing weight during walks, and other topics. Is that was a great thing. And speaking to somebody in a conversation in nature is so much more productive and enjoyable than indoors or in an office or on the internet. And yet we know this, and yet we barely apply this and other solutions. I saw on CBC News National, they did an investigative report, except they only went to one driving school to show that this driving school was selling these fake certificates to get an insurance discount. And then they talked to the minister, who says, well, we're going to crack down on it more, and except he doesn't give details, and they let it go. And then did they follow up? Did they complain and then say to the minister, okay, we'll give you information about this school where we went underground, and then let us know when you shut them down? And of course they won't. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting because me, in 2000, I think it was, or more than 20 years ago anyways, and this driving school was laughing, oh yeah, we have experience with doing this fraud. We've been doing it for 15 years. It's on camera, so of course they should be shut down. You better follow up with this, CBC News National, that school is shut down, because I reported a couple of schools more than 20 years ago to the Ottawa Police, some investigators, and also to the Ontario Ministry of Transportation. Some Ottawa schools, or Kanata, one of them was. And of course, I never saw them shut down. They're still in operation on the internet. And again, this is a crime against everybody, because insurance rates are high, because this is allowed for so long. Nobody wants to go against the business world, even though it's a tiny portion of the business world, driving schools. And insurance companies just change their rates and increase them. So they don't care. They don't care about fraud when it gives them a chance to show their numbers and say we have to charge this much. Nobody does anything about anything, including police. Ottawa Police, I've already reported that I'm glad the Emergencies Act allowed the government to investigate further the corruption in there. But anyways, that's ridiculous. What else is ridiculous is that I contacted the principal of the school where I volunteered before, and who said, oh yeah, you know, I feel there's a reason you came to us, and I don't know how religious it was, and really it was manipulation, because it was using me and not even paying me for my skill sets, and just saying she'll do this to support me, and she never did. And now she accepted my friendship request on Facebook, you know, a few weeks ago, but she posts something from her niece that is speaking a short inspirational kind of message, but with swearing words that aren't necessary, and holding a microphone in the shape of a penis, which was not necessary because, you know, her phone could be as close as the microphone is and we'd hear her fine. And I say, ooh, I have to let you go as a Facebook friend. And the reason for that is this is inappropriate, and I understand you're supporting your niece and her inspirational message. It's just the way it's delivered makes it that it's better not to post it, no matter how inspirational the intent was. Now her response was, her defense is that it's her personal Facebook profile. She can post whatever she wants, and you can see the you know, the lateral violence. You can see that they believe they're healing a lot of more and more First Nations communities, Indigenous, is to treat people the way their ancestors were being treated, treating the non-Indigenous people and each other, because, you know, you can't, if you develop these patterns, you do it even with your own kids. And then I go see after, and I said I have to take you out, but you can still contact me separately, right? I didn't totally block her from everything. And yeah, and after that I said, oh yeah, he's like telling you what did. And it's like, I explained that you can't have one persona and one mask for here, one mask for here. Now she had posted that she's retiring at the end of the school year as principal to become a teacher at the same place, because, you know, burnout and stuff. And yet she's the one receiving emails for the new principal. And then I contact the lady that paid me 2 out of 3. The other ones, they took advantage of me again and just, oh, we didn't get your criminal record check yet. And it's because the paperwork was not done properly by this school I talked about. And I had to put pressure where, you know, the whole province hates me even more, to put pressure on them for their incompetence to get the criminal record check faster, which arrived, right? And this lady that worked for Spirit North, this outdoor program, she said a lot of the toxicity there, but recently she said, oh no, it's one of the greatest job. But you know, I had to quit, or I'm quitting for a while because of burnout. And again, the incongruences, they don't understand that you know, the fakeness is, you know, no healing will happen. You'll keep getting burnouts if you don't challenge your own incongruences or that of the culture that you get a paycheck from. You know, like I want to, you know, work as a culture repair for free, and I can't. So, you know, but at least I get to walk here, and at least my cat is kind of nice with me, and knows that, you know, I'm not the one with the mental illness.